Hi, I'm back with Quick Speak English. Had you ever watched someone speak English confidently and thought, I wish I could speak like that? Not perfectly, not like a native speaker, just freely, without freezing, without overthinking every word, without feeling embarrassed before you even start. Most people think the problem is confidence. They say, I'm not confident enough to speak English. But maybe sometimes confidence is not the real problem. Sometimes the real problem is trust. Not trust in English, trust in yourself. Because you have promised yourself before, I'll practice tomorrow. I'll speak this week. I'll stop being afraid. And maybe you meant it, really meant it. But then tomorrow came and you didn't practice. The week passed and you didn't speak. And slowly something changed. You didn't just start doubting your English, you started doubting your own words. That is why speaking can feel so heavy. You're not afraid of making a mistake, you're afraid of disappointing yourself again. Here's the part most people never talk about. Your brain does not judge you by your intentions, it judges you by evidence. Every time you say, I'll practice tonight, but you don't, your brain records it. Every time you say, I'll speak even if I make mistakes, but you stay silent, your brain records that too. Not because your brain is trying to hurt you, it is simply trying to predict your behavior. It asks, can I trust this person to do what they say? And after enough broken promises, it quietly answers, maybe not. That's why you can know the words, understand the grammar, watch English videos every day, and still freeze when it's time to speak. Because deep down, the question is no longer, do I know English? The question becomes, can I trust myself to try? And that is a very different problem. Grammar can be studied, vocabulary can be memorized, pronunciation can be practiced, but self-trust, that has to be rebuilt. And you don't rebuild it with one big promise. You rebuild it with small promises you actually keep. That is what this video is about. Not becoming fluent overnight, not forcing confidence, not pretending fear doesn't exist. This is about rebuilding the belief that when you say I'll do it, you actually do it, one sentence at a time. So, if you've lost trust in yourself, how do you get it back? Most people think the answer is motivation. They watch an inspiring video, buy a new course, write a study plan, and they tell themselves, this time it'll be different. For a few days, it usually is. You wake up excited, you practice, you imagine yourself speaking English confidently, then something happens. Work gets busy. You feel tired. You skip one day, then another, and suddenly you're back where you started. Not because you can't learn English, but because your system depended on motivation. Here's the problem. Motivation is an emotion, and emotions are temporary. Some days you'll feel unstoppable. Other days, you won't even feel like opening your notebook. If your progress depends on how you feel, your progress will always be unpredictable. That's why I want you to stop asking, how can I stay motivated? Instead, ask yourself, what is so small that I can do it even on my worst day? That question changes everything. Because consistency isn't built on your best days, it's built on your worst ones. There's another mistake I see people make. They confuse behavior with identity. They say, I'm not disciplined, I'm shy, I'm not confident enough. But think about that for a second. Were you born believing you couldn't speak English? Of course not. Those labels came later. They were built on one experience at a time. Every time you avoided speaking, your brain collected another piece of evidence. Every time you broke a promise, another piece of evidence. Eventually, your brain created a story. I'm someone who never stays consistent. That here's the truth. That isn't your identity. That's just your history, and history can change. Now imagine planting a tree. You don't water it all at once, expecting it to grow. You water it a little, again tomorrow, and the day after. At first, nothing seems different. Then one day, you notice new leaves. Confidence grows the same way. You don't suddenly become confident, you slowly become someone who has enough evidence to believe in themselves. That's why I don't want you to promise yourself an hour of study every day. I don't even want you to promise 30 minutes. I want you to promise something so small that your brain can't make excuses. One sentence, 1 minute, one short shadowing exercise. That's enough. Because today, your goal isn't fluency. Your goal is proof. Proof that your words still mean something. So tonight, don't ask yourself, did I study enough? Ask yourself, did I keep my promise? If the answer is yes, then today was a success. Even if your English wasn't perfect, even if you made mistakes, because you're no longer measuring perfection, you're measuring trust. And trust is what will eventually give you the confidence you've been chasing all along. So, before you click away, I want us to do something together. Not tomorrow, not after dinner, not when you have some more time, right now. Because if this video is only another idea, nothing changes. But if you leave this video after keeping one small promise, you've already started rebuilding something much bigger than your English. You have started rebuilding trust. So here's your promise. For the next 2 minutes, you're simply going to speak with me. That's it. Don't worry about your accent. Don't worry if you don't sound natural. Don't even worry if you make mistakes. This isn't a test, it's practice. And practice is where confidence is built. Ready? Take a slow breath. Step a little straighter. Let's begin. I'll say each sentence once. First, just listen, then repeat after me. Don't rush. Match my pace. Ready? I can improve a little every day. Again, I can improve a little every day. Excellent. Sentence 2. I don't need perfect English to communicate. Again, I don't need perfect English to communicate. Very good. Every time I speak, I become a stronger speaker. Every time I speak, I become a stronger speaker. Now, let's put them together. Listen first. I can improve a little every day. I don't need perfect English to communicate. Every time I speak, I become a stronger speaker. Now, repeat with me. I can improve a little every day. I don't need perfect English to communicate. Every time I speak, I become a stronger speaker. One last time. This time, don't just repeat the words, believe in them. I can improve a little every day. I don't need perfect English to communicate. Every time I speak, I become a stronger speaker. Great job. Now, I want you to notice something. A few minutes ago, you were watching a video. Now, you have actually spoken English. Maybe only for a minute. Maybe it wasn't perfect. But you did it. That matters. Because confidence isn't built by watching, it's built by doing. Today, you kept one promise. It was a small promise, but small promises have a funny way of changing us. They remind us that we're capable, that our words still have meaning, that maybe we are not the person who always gives up. Maybe we are becoming someone different, one small promise at a time. Before we finish, I want to tell you what this channel really is about. Yes, I'll teach you English. We'll work on pronunciation. We'll practice shadowing. We'll improve your vocabulary. We'll have speaking drills. We'll use real conversations. But that's only half of the journey. The other half is helping you become someone who isn't afraid to use English. someone who speaks before they feel ready, someone who understands that mistakes aren't proof of failure, they're proof of that you're learning. So, in the coming videos, don't expect long lectures, expect practice, expect short exercises, expect me to ask you to pause the video, repeat after me, and actually speak. Because I don't want you to leave my videos thinking that was interesting. I want you to leave thinking I actually spoke English today. And if you can do that again tomorrow and the day after that, your English will improve. But something even more important will happen. You'll start believing yourself again. So here's your challenge. Tomorrow, don't promise yourself half an hour. Don't promise fluency. Just promise one sentence. Keep that promise. Then come back and let me help you keep the next one. Remember, don't chase perfect English now. Chase one kept promise. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.